my name is Lutz. I'm a retired journalist from Germany, and I created Veggie Chat here on Twitch because I think the issue is a very important one, and we should talk about it, and we need to talk about it in order to change the world, to get ready for the future. And something has to be changed in this world where we're living now with about 7 billion humans. I mean, this is an incredible number, and not even 7 billion humans living on this planet. I mean, like, so many of humans are still eating meat instead of being veggie, instead of being a vegan or a vegetarian. They still eat lots of meat, and that's the problem. One of the problems that we will be talking about here in Veggie Chat, because recently I read a number that said that about 56 billion animals are being slaughtered each and every year on this planet by humans for the production of meat. That's such an incredible number. I mean, consider animals, they just want to live, and we raise them to kill them and eat them. I mean, wildlife animals they are on the verge of extinction because farmers are growing the lands, enlarging the land. They produce vegetables mainly, like for 80%, for raising cattle, for raising cows and pigs and chicken. That's 80% of the farmer's land is used for that, and only 20% of that land is used to grow vegetables and stuff that humans eat. I created this channel because I want to create a community talking about veggie stuff. There's so much to talk about vegans, vegetarians, and all the problems of the world that are connected with it. We need to change the world. That's why I say, let's save the world without meat consumption. See what's on your mind concerning issues like Veggie Chat, like vegans, how important they are for the human race to survive. Simply, I mean, that's about what it's all about. And we should be talking about it because I'm convinced that when I learned it's only about 1% of all humans that are vegans, that are vegans, and they don't eat any eggs, any milk, any dairies, and any meat, of course. Go to a good vegan restaurant, and then you will find out how delicious the food tastes. That's the experience that I made for myself. And at home you can cook your own vegan meals, so you can decide whether you're a good cook or not. And if you're not that bad with cooking, then it's not too difficult to create you can cook very easily vegan meals at home. It's like we are 7 billion people living on Earth, and we kill like 56 billion animals each and every year that we have raised before, and we kill them for food production, for meat production. And that's not what's doable in the future, because we destroy the planet by using 80% of agriculture to feed animals, to kill them, to produce meat. Well, some vegans may be a little bit weird, but most of the vegans are very people that are like everyone else. I mean, the only difference is they don't eat any meat anymore, they don't drink any milk anymore, they don't eat any cheese anymore, and no veganism is all about. And today, like on this world, on this planet, we have 7 billion humans living here, and 99% of them still eat meat, and that's a situation that can't go on because it will simply destroy the planet. Well, what you're saying, Roger, isn't it about the survival of the fittest? Well, the survival of the fittest, what do you mean by that? I mean, the planet is not the fittest because the planet will collapse. We have the climate thing going on, and animal production, the raising of animals and the food production for animals is causing a lot of this greenhouse problems that we have. The global heating, all that stuff comes together with raising so many animals for meat production. So I don't just get what you're trying to say, Ruto, when you say isn't it about the survival of the fittest? Well, you can say that, but humans, I don't know if you can simply say it's okay that only the fittest survive. I mean, humans have a heart, don't they? We don't just let the fittest survive. We want everybody to live a happy life, don't we? I mean, that's what I think about it. But coming back to vegans, vegan is not only recipes, it's not only restaurants. There's a lot of anti-vegan politics going on. I mean, but I was just trying to say, like, how important it is to have politicians. Like, now in Germany, we have a new government with some green politicians in it, and like a green party agricultural minister. And I hope he will stop that we spend that much money, like the European Union, like 1/3 of the taxpayers' money that is spent by the European Union is spent to subsidize agricultural factories that produce millions of animals to be slaughtered. And this has to change. We cannot subsidize a politic that is not good for animals and that's not good for humans. I mean, there needs to be a change. And that's why I'm glad that we have a new government. And from next week on, we have a new government in Germany that seems to be that has promised to do some changes on these items, and I'm hopeful that they will do so. We will find out in a few months. Hopefully. As I was saying earlier, there's about 1/3 of the taxpayers' money that's being spent by the European Union is being spent to subsidize those agricultural factories that produce meat, and so that the agricultural factories don't go bankrupt, because normally meat would be much more expensive to produce, but it's being subsidized by taxpayers' money, and that needs to be changed because the agricultural lobbyists have such a big influence on politicians, so they try to make sure they still will get they will get taxpayers' money in the future as well. And that has to change, that has to stop, and that's why I'm happy and glad that we have a Green Party agricultural minister in the German government, like from next week on the new German government that is going to start next week. So that's one of the items that I found very interesting. Even the production of animal food means there are so many machines and cars for transportation used, and all that adds to the global warming, and that can be stopped by stopping and reducing the killing of animals for meat production. So that's one of the issues that could be discussed here, and I would like to see some more viewers here. Come on, chat and say hello, and let's discuss whatever you want to talk about. So if you have any more connotations, say hello to chat and we can discuss it then. What still concerns me a lot is that so many people are still not aware of the necessity to change politics like we have them now. We just cannot afford to raise 56 billion animals each year only for the meat production. They are killing factories, these meat factories that kill animals in a very brutal way to produce meat for people who think it's quite normal to have meat meals. Well, it used to be important. It used to be normal over the last couple of centuries, but the population of humans has grown so incredibly. Like 100 years ago, we were like 3 billion humans on this planet. Now we are 7 billion, and in 20 years' time, we will be 10 billion humans living here on the planet. People should take to the streets and protest against those rich companies that make a lot of money with meat productions, with killing animals in this brutal way. And they are even getting a lot of taxpayers' money, as I mentioned earlier. So these politics have to change. That's why it's so important that no longer meat production factories have lobbied politicians. I try to be regularly online now with Vegan Chat, like every Saturday and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central European Time. We can do this chat like in 2 languages because I'm living in Germany. Yes, my native language is German. So who wants to discuss stuff here in German is invited to do so. So auch viele Grüße an alle deutschsprachigen Zuschauer hier auf Twitch. Wir können gerne auch diese Diskussion auf Deutsch führen hier. Wenn ihr auf Deutsch lieber schreiben möchtet im Chat, dann macht das einfach. Ich kann es auch übersetzen. The next time I'll be on here will be coming Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central European Time. And until then, don't forget not to eat meat anymore. Still try to be vegan. And I hope to see you on Wednesday then. Until then, have a good time, have a good night, have a good day wherever you are around the planet, and I hope to see you then.